IPA tasting. It's that time. So I brewed this on January 15, 2017, and it was brewed for Super Bowl, February 6th. It was 3 weeks that I gave myself, roughly, and it wasn't quite done. I mean, it was really, really close. This is like really cleared up now. Before, it's still kind of cloudy, and the yeast hadn't fully settled yet. All my IPAs these days are pretty much 2-row and some acid malt. And I'll throw in some flake barley just to add the body a little bit. I was 85.7% 2 rows, 7.8% flaked oats, and 6.5% acid malt. And this acid malt is just to bring my pH to the right level. I mashed it at 149 degrees Fahrenheit, and the hops for this were Simcoe, Mosaic, and Centennial. I'll link the recipe below so you can see the full layout, but it's basically a 60-minute addition of Simcoe, 15-minute addition of Mosaic, and then a combination of Simcoe, Mosaic, and Centennial for 20 minutes and 5 minutes steeping. And I dry hopped with Simcoe and Mosaic, 1 ounce each. This is for a 2-gallon batch. Might be a little aggressive on the dry hopping side of things. I think I toned it down a bit. I'm doing 1 ounce per gallon right now, but I think I can dial back to like 0.7 ounces per gallon for dry hopping. First, I dry hop it at 60 degrees Fahrenheit for about 3 days. Then I carbonate it for about 3 to 4 days, cold, amped up to about 5 to 7 psi, and I just let that sit until it carbonates. And if I want a little more, I'll throw a little more psi. Usually by the time I'm done, about 8 psi. That's for my system at least. I also dry hop this in a keg, which I usually do. I never take them out. I don't really get grassy flavors that way. It can be a little more bitter for my West Coast palate taste. However, I think a lot of East Coasters, I think a lot of other non-IPA or hoppy beer drinkers, I think this is too bitter. I realize hoppy and bitter are kind of two different things. This is really more on the hoppier side, which I do like. But I think for like an IPA person, they might be like, oh, it needs to be a little more bitter. But the recipe said it's 95 IBUs, but that's because it doesn't calculate for the steeping. I steep around 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and it drops to 180 degrees Fahrenheit by the time I'm done for 20, 30 minutes. So I'm definitely extracting less bitterness. But the beers in the program I use, I don't see a way where I can say, oh, I want to steep this at 180 or 170 or 150, which would drop the IBUs for sure on that. So it just calculates it as it's steeping at 200 degrees for 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm getting some little pine, a lot of more citrus and fruit in this more than anything. It's a good combination hop. I think the Centennial I'd probably swap out. I think Citra would be a little better. Maybe like better with like a more of a Chinook and then go the Simcoe Mosaic route. But I think my favorite hop combination is still Simcoe, Columbus, and Amarillo. It's hard to beat. I did do 100% Mosaic IPA. I liked a lot, and that was really delicious. But this is good. I mean, it's definitely a good recipe. I mean, if you like Centennial and you like Simcoe and you like Mosaic, and you happen to not use those common hops before in an IPA, then I mean, go for it. As long as they smell good. You got to go to the store or you vacuum seal or wherever you get your hops from. Make sure they smell really fresh and delicious. I rub them on my fingers even. I'll give it a good smell. That's the key to me to making good IPA. That and eliminating oxygen on any point post-fermentation. Now, the comments for Super Bowl, one person said it smelled like bananas. The other person said it smelled like gym socks. Another person said it smelled really dank. So it was all over the board. Only one person said banana. I've had 3 or 4 people taste it since then, and no one tasted banana. I'm getting a little bit of something in there, though. There is something sort of odd there. It's not like a spice. It's maybe ever so slightly clovey, maybe. But it's definitely danky. It's a little on the dankier side, but with some fruit. It's sort of like a grapefruit and citrus, but a little turning toward the malty side. Malty's a bad word, but maybe turning toward the not as fresh side, I should say. But it's definitely very drinkable. And if I had this at a commercial brewery, I'd be pretty happy with that. I'd be like, yeah, that's solid. I mean, maybe it keys a little work, but it's definitely very acceptable. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to play with IPAs because that's mostly what I like to drink. I want to start doing more single hop experiments because I think that I can learn a lot through hops that way. I've done a few. I've used Citra, I've used Galaxy, I've used Mosaic, and I've done Simcoe. I believe that's all I've done for single hop experiments. I'd like to do more. So that's it. Until next time, next video, happy brewing.